I love Flippy Wet.
It's the NBA brought to you by 2K. Sports on this very special Easter Sunday. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. It's East versus West here in Toronto. The Raptors hope to put on a show for their hometown fans. Now, here is Russell. Pass to Allen. Here's Towns. And Karl Anthony Towns said he believes that he is the greatest big man shooter of all time. What do you think?
Well, Kev, I think of a guy by the name of Dirk Nowitzki might have a thing or two to say about it, but I love Karl Anthony Towns' attitude. You have got to believe in your skills if you're going to have the kind of success that Cat has had in this league, and we know he is lethal from deep.
And the #1 overall pick in 2015, Karl Anthony Towns has been the franchise player in Minnesota, but out to prove he can be the cornerstone on a contender.
Barnes left side. He is looking for Siakam and finds him. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Outside Edwards. Timberwolves passing it around. 6 to shoot. Allen trying to break free. Edwards, that's good. Greg, in order for Towns to get the Wolves to where they want to go, and certainly where he wants to go, how does he take the next step?
For me, last season, an inconsistent playoff performance for Cat. He's got to make an imprint on the game, even when shots aren't falling. The son of an NBA vet, Gary Trent Jr.'s game is very different than his dad.
Well, obviously, Gary Sr. had more size and therefore was a post player in a different generation. The younger Mr. Trent, an excellent shooter from deep. Pretty much the opposite style of play.
And they double up Allen. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Towns with the steal. Russell with it. Picked up by Van Vliet. Out to Russell. A 3-ball. And it's Toronto with the rebound. And here is Barnes. To the middle. Stolen by Allen. And now the fast break. Edwards with the ball. For the 3. The offensive rebound. Pass to McDaniels. Russell from long range. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
And the Raptors can't hang on to the ball. Now the Timberwolves with it. Pass to Allen. Inside. Here's McDaniels. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Okay, Jared Allen, we see you making that look for a big man. That's a pretty pass.
Down low. Siakam. Excellent D there from Allen. Edwards drawing the double team. Russell with a wide open look. Tries again. The kick out to Towns. To the inside. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Oh, big time athletic play by Cat right there. Brushes off the contact, gets to his finish. Nicely done.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
We need you to right now for your North Side Crew. Give it up once again for your North Side Crew.
Raptors trailed by 7. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
I caught up with Coach Nick Nurse. And with this team, it's all about getting out in transition and using their team speed. He said, look, if we get a rebound, we got to be off to the races. This has to be a track meet. So we may have a wild one tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Timberwolves leading by 7.
Guys, you have to remember when thinking and talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves, it's an organization that is still so young.
Prince misses. And the Raptors with possession.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Shots good by Boucher.
We talk often about Chris Boucher's length. Well, right there, you see him use it to track down that offensive rebound.
You know, basketball historians will remember that the Minneapolis Lakers, Doris, won 5 titles before relocating to Los Angeles in 1960.
And I think the current crop of T-Wolves fans, Kevin, see this as a completely different franchise from that historic team. In their minds, they haven't won a championship yet. And that fact should really motivate this current roster to get one for this group.
Minnesota in the lead. Edwards can't hit.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Allen with the rebound. And so Allen will bring it up now for the Timberwolves. Let's go. And they double up Allen. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Boy, that's a little bit of toughness and concentration. Jared Allen under duress of the defense. Nicely done.
Toronto foul.
Indoors, hasn't it been fun watching the evolution of Jared Allen? My goodness.
It certainly has, Kevin. This guy has proven he is an all-star caliber player. We know he's a double-double machine. He prides himself on hitting the glass. Any center on any team is going to have a problem if he gets near the cup because of his shot-blocking ability.
Drills the three-pointer.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Pass to Young. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet.
Well, such an aggressive play. Young not taking no for an answer. Just overpowers the defense.
And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Van Vliet outside. To the paint. And the dunk by Boucher.
Don't just show off that basketball IQ, Mr. Fred Van Vliet. Pretty pass, sir.
Pass to Reed. Kicks it out to Prince. LeVert with it. And another three for Minnesota. 6 seconds left in the first quarter. Now, here's Boucher. And so it's Minnesota in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Well, we hope you're enjoying your Easter as we are here as we get underway once again. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Minnesota?
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
Raptors have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
Pass to Reed. Prince wide open. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. Prince has got himself on the board with 3 there. Well, if there's one thing, Greg, that defines a modern NBA big man, it is mobility.
And they've got to be able to move their feet and really play in space. Otherwise, they just can't stay on the floor in today's game.
Back to Anderson. Now here's Rivers. 5 on the clock. LeVert with the wide open look. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And Anunoby, here we go.
Oh, give it to him at the rim, OG Anunoby. That's power, athleticism, beautifully done.
Pass to LeVert. And here's Reed. And it's denied. Sent back by Siakam. Here's Anunoby. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Greg, when you look at Toronto, they have a lot of length and defensive switchability.
They swarm opposing stars and tend to make it very difficult in those passing lanes. So a great profile for a modern NBA defense.
Well, the more opportunity that has been given to OG Anunoby, the more this young man shines. He is a multi-dimensional talent. Gives you great defense nightly and growing on the offensive end.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
To the middle. Here's Barnes. And he overshot that one, missing. Minnesota leading by 7. They double him with Siakam. From deep, Prince. Siakam pulls it in.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Alder.
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much. We can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, DA. Thank you so much. Sinks the 3-pointer.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Pass to Rivers. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. It's Rivers on the wing. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Trent with it. Guarded now by Prince. And the dunk by Barnes.
That's unselfishness from Trent Jr. We know he wants to score it, but when your teammate's that wide open, just simply put the ball where it needs to be.
And it's Anderson atop the key. Pass to Reed. Here's LeVert. The kick out to Anderson. This one for three. Minnesota gets it back at a new shot clock of 14 seconds. Here's LeVert. He's guarded by Anunoby. Back to Rivers. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Anunoby in the corner. Trent, left side. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
What you see is continued improvement in his ability to create for others. Great to see OG Anunoby make the open read.
Back to Rivers, and it's good for 2. Rivers has got 5 now.
What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
Van Vliet, left side. Here's Anunoby. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. The Timberwolves secured a spot in the playoffs last season, Greg, and we enjoyed it after they got that emotional win in the play-in game in the Twin Cities over the Clippers. What a night.
And, Kevin, you could tell it meant a lot to the players. This is a team that has struggled for so long, and by getting to the playoffs, this is a step in the right direction.
Here's Young. Doesn't go that time. So Minnesota will take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Next step for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour.
Well, don't think twice. Ball touches your hands, you let it go, Anthony Edwards.
There's the double team with Allen. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
Jump ball called on the play.
Pass to Flynn. Out left to the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Stolen by Allen. And now the fast break. Edwards with the ball.
Oh, Anthony Edwards thinks this game is a dunk contest. Go ahead, young sir. What a finish.
Stolen by McDaniels. Here's Allen. And it's Allen slamming it down.
I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Here's Van Vliet. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Barnes the screen. Here's Siakam. Makes it off the glass.
Well, this to me is where he can be a force. Siakam, a 3-level scorer. In the painted area, very dangerous.
Pass to Towns. Allen with it. Covered by Barnes. And they double up Allen. A nice shot by McDaniels. McDaniels got the lead up to 10 now for Minnesota.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's the break. Here's Edwards. Here's Towns. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Exactly what you love to see from Cat. That aggressiveness, that assertiveness on the backboards.
Shots good by Siakam.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Back to Towns. Good D by Siakam.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And when the stakes get high and you need a big shot, we know how dependable Fred VanVleet is.
It feels to me Greg, like the bigger the moment, the more dangerous Fred VanVleet is. We've seen him so many times knock down so many huge shots. Doesn't matter the setting, Eastern Conference Finals or NBA Finals. This guy, the very definition of fearless.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
An 85% shooter there, and they've been able to count on him hitting his shots from the line.
Toronto calls timeout. Raptors trailed by 14. Towns with the steal. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Trent with it. Picked up by Edwards. Over in the corner, Barnes. Off target from three-point range. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. For three, Edwards. Ball's knocked loose. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Karis LeVert has become one of the game's best slashers. He says, honestly, I just go to the front of the rim and work on different spins. Getting more comfortable with both hands and finishing. Kyrie Irving did that when he was younger, and that's one of the ways he became a great finisher. Kevin, back to you.
He is a great finisher. David, thanks. He's studying the greats, and it's paying off.
The Raptors are only a few years removed from its championship in 2019. Boy, a lot has changed since then.
Siakam.
Wow, Jared Allen twice on the pipe. Send it back, young sir.
Here's Siakam. Second chance shot. And it's laid in by Boucher. Boucher's got 6 points.
Boy, his hard work on the offensive glass, earning an additional opportunity.
A lot of change. Toronto is without some of the key pieces from that title team, and it wasn't that long ago. But, Greg, they haven't had to go through a full rebuild. There are some remaining parts.
Listen, the talent they have is still undeniable, and they've got a good mix of young up-and-comers and players in the prime of their career.
And finished off by Siakam.
Well, we're talking about a tough individual competitor in Pascal Siakam. He goes right at the defense.
He's 0 of 1 from the line, missing on his first trip.
And last season, he made good on about 3 out of every 4 free throw attempts. And last time I checked, I think that's 75%.
Inside, Anunoby. And he finishes nicely on the layup. That's 10 points for OG Anunoby.
Well, brought up in an unselfish system, Pascal Siakam takes great pride keeping his teammates involved.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And here's Anderson from the arc. Benton with the rebound. Pass to Siakam. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you watch the way that Siakam plays. He can get you in the open court or in half-court sets. Great forward who gives you a little bit of everything.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And for Siakam, Greg, he almost epitomizes the modern forward.
And that's not to say he's the best forward, but he displays all the skills you now expect from that position. Solid player who any team would love to have.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Pass to LeVert. Now here's Anderson. It's LeVert on the wing. Down low. And stolen by Siakam. Here's Benton. And that one is stuffed right through.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his group.
The Timberwolves shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Guys, I've got to say, one of the things I love the most about the Toronto Raptors, how special their fan base is. Really, when you think about it, Canada much more associated with the great sport of hockey, but they love professional basketball.
LeVert in the corner. Driving to the basket. And no good. And Toronto will go the other way with it. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Young. And it's slammed in by Young.
Oh, my goodness, a sensational athlete. Go ahead, Thaddeus Young.
Anderson outside. Pass to Rivers. Back to Anderson. Lets it go with the three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Rivers has got 4 points in the quarter. Here's Benton. And he beats the buzzer. Wow!
Yeah, that's just an amazing play to get that ball off in time.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. So it's the Timberwolves now. They've led by as many as 14 points. McDaniels with the bounce pass. It's LeVert on the wing. And another three for Minnesota.
Well, you cannot allow Caris LeVert to square up from deep. When he's in rhythm, he's going to knock down that shot with great consistency.
The dunk by Achua.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. And it's LeVert missing.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And the shot will not go from Anunoby. It's LeVert on the wing. And he banks in the layup. And the Timberwolves lead by 11.
That's 6'7". Caris LeVert knows how to use that size, especially inside. He knows how to handle himself in there.
It's so hard, isn't it, Doris, to define Scotty Barnes' position? Point forward would probably, I guess that'd be correct.
I guess, Kev. And it almost doesn't matter, right? Because what we know about Scotty Barnes is he's got big-time talent. He can make plays. He can get downhill. He can rebound and run with the basketball in his hand. And think about it. He is a guy still with so much upside. Imagine when he locks in completely and understands the NBA game. Sky's the limit.
And stolen by Barnes. Here's Van Vliet. Here's Achua. The dunk by Achua.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
No reason to do so there. He was going to lead, no doubt.
Anderson the screen. LeVert from outside. Rebound by the Raptors.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up a foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
His second personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Goes up off the inbound. Allen, that's good.
And Allen is a problem from right there. This guy's so good at using his body and his touch.
And the dunk by Barnes.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Pass to Towns. And Towns throws it down.
Karl Anthony Towns embraces the responsibility of being the primary scorer offensively. And boy, if he's in rhythm, it's a nightmare for the defense. Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine.
And that one's good. Russell.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Minnesota calls timeout.
Timeout call for Minnesota.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. He told them this is a game of runs. It's a game of momentum. We may have the lead now, but I'm telling you guys, it can evaporate in a hurry. Let's close this thing out. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. Here's Allen. Pass to LeVert. Green by Allen. Clock at 6. An easy 2 points on the layup. LeVert's got 7 now in this quarter.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a poor first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
Siakam, that's good.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
The shot's good.
Boy, you can really see the playmaking evolving. When Karis LeVert is hitting wide-open teammates, it shows how special he can be. There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense. He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there.
Pass to Edwards. Lets it go from deep. Offensive rebound. And it's Allen with the jam. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
Well, so often we're talking about Jared Allen's length, and he does it nicely on the offensive glass right there.
Outside, Russell. Now, Towns. Covered by Barnes. Trent, left side. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. It's Edwards on the wing. Siakam pulls it in.
Boy, he really wanted that shot, trying to make the defense pay for leaving him that wide open.
Wow, Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Second personal foul.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
At the line for
The three-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy, have they.
Well, I also noticed, guys, how much they move the ball in this one. Selfless, willing to pass the ball to a teammate with a better look.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Timberwolves.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
And listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jared Allen.
Boy, this guy played with some swagger and intensity on the boards tonight, dominating the physical aspect of the game.
41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Out to Edwards. And stolen by Achua. For the finish. The dunk by Achua.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
We call that one the do-it-yourself kit.
McDaniels with the ball. And it's Otto Porter with the foul. That's his first foul.
13 foul.
Here's Allen. Just 5 on the clock. Outside Edwards. Allen trying to break free.
Well, Young, quick on both ends, right? Stifling defense from the long-armed forward. Beautiful.
And so Minnesota